adjustment is it? I would guess most of the kids that come in here have limited experience with the 3-3-5. What kind of an adjustment is this?
It's football. That's what we get paid to do is coach the scheme. And, I think the kids have bought in and they're excited about it. They like being in it. And anytime that happens, they're going to listen. They're going to take the coaching. And our coach has done a great job of getting everybody to understand the scheme. So, I'm happy with where we're at as a defense. I think the kids have bought in. They're dialed in right now.
Before back do you go? When did you start working with that scheme?
2002 here when we put it in. Myself and Jeff. We were on the staff together when we went down and started talking with Wake Forest staff about a Dean Hood, and kind of was here on the ground floor with it.
Why did you guys do that then? What was the reason then? And that was in the Big East where they were playing a different kind of football than this. Why was it right to put it back in?
Really the biggest thing is it's hard to find 4 defensive linemen. And it's the same thing with everybody in the country. Everybody wants big guys that can run fast and all that. They're just hard to come by. So, it's easier to recruit guys, spur bandit type guys, safety type guys, corners, than it is to try to go get 320 pounders. So that was kind of part of it. And then, you just get more athletes on the field, guys that can run, see the football, and that was our whole philosophy when we started it.
What has it evolved from in 2002 to what you got now 12 years later? Is it different or is it the same? Or is
it's about the same. You can only do so much stuff out of it, and people have taken it to different levels, and people try to run it just on third down, and we bought in and we're doing it every down. And I think that's how you get good at it. And I think people that try to use it just in third down or just against spread teams, how good can you really get at it?
And what was it that, when you guys got together, you, Rich, Jeff, and, however many were involved in the decision, how did that conversation go as to, obviously the year before you guys were just awful.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob. I was part of that staff too.
Yeah, well.
But no, it wasn't. There wasn't a whole lot of discussion. He came in and told us, "This is what I want you guys to do." And we were all 4 down guys, everybody on the staff. And, Dean Hood coached me in college, and he was running at Wake Forest at the time. So it was myself, Todd Graham, Jeff, and Paul Randolph. That was our defensive staff at that time, and we jumped in the car and went to Wake Forest and asked a bunch of questions and came back, and about 3 days later we jumped back in the car and went back down, and then we just went with it, and it kind of evolved from there.
Does Arizona State run one?
They run a little bit of it, not much. They jump in and out like that. I haven't seen them play, so I can't really answer that question. I'm sure they have it in their package at some point.
Coach, there's a saying that you can find out how good a football player is by looking at his weaknesses. Is there many weaknesses in Nick Kwiatkowski's game right now?
You know what? He's hitting at a high level right now. He's played extremely well, and he's done it from game 1, all the way up until game 7. He's playing really well right now. And, the kid's not perfect by any means, but he plays hard. He overcomes mistakes with his effort, and then his ability to make stops and tackle people. He's been very solid right now. And, I think he's the heartbeat of this defense, to be honest with you.
Consistency is a big thing in sports. Why has he been able to be so consistent? One week a guy can grab 18 tackles and then you don't even see him the next week, but he's there every week.
Well, I think you do exactly what you pointed out, consistency. And that's the way the kid lives. It's the way he carries himself. He's never, he's a perfect kid he's never too high, he's never too low. He just goes about his business and he works. And, he's a smart kid. He understands. He watches film. And he's got everything. I made a comment a couple weeks ago. He's what you want. When you go and you have a model for this defense or for a linebacker, that's the kind of kid you want to be.
Coach, with the defense that you run, I mean, is it especially important for these linebackers to be super athletic, be able to create more of a pass rush with like three down guys?
Yeah, when we use them, you know, I mean, that's where we're a little bit unique. I mean, because we blitz everybody. I mean, the only person in this scheme that doesn't have a blitz set up for them is our field corner. Everybody else has some kind of blitz that we try to run with them at times, and you know, so. You know, I like athletic guys trying to get after the quarterback, and that's why I think that, you know, as we go on here, hopefully we'll keep having success at getting the quarterbacks, you know, because I think right now the kids are, you know, they're in an aggression mode right now. I think they understand what we want, and we set a standard Saturday, and that's what I told them. We can't go back. You know, expectations for us now are, you know, we've set the standard for it, and now they have to keep rolling with it. So. Hopefully they'll keep buying in and keep doing what they've been doing, and you know, just keep getting better.
How did KJ Dillon? I mean, he played great in pass coverage. Probably his best pass coverage type of game. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, I thought you know, and he got beat on one. You know, ended up we got the kid down and they scored on that drive. But again, if you're going to gamble and leave a kid in zero coverage and cover 140 sometimes a game, it's going to happen. So, but thought he played tremendous. You know, he had a couple of big plays at the end of the game in the fourth quarter. They tried it, and he knocked 2 balls down. But, you know, I just think he's coming into his own. I think he's finally getting healthy. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, he's still not 100% with that ankle. So, you know, but he's getting better and playing with a lot of confidence right now.
How do you prepare for a talent like Tyreek Hill? It seems like they can line him up to do anything.
Yeah, you have to make sure that we know where he's at pre-snap, you know, and know if he's there, they're setting some kind of play up for him, and hopefully by film studies and all that this week, that the kids will get a great understanding of what they're trying to do with him. And, you know, we have to have a lot of guys around him, because there's nobody we have that can run step for step with him. So we have to make sure when he's a tailback that we don't let him, we got to contain him and keep him in the middle of the defense and try to get hats on him. You know, when he's out wide, we have to make sure we do a great job in coverage and setting a backstop on the defense, because if he breaks contain, he's gone. So, you know, the kids have to make sure they understand at all times where he's at.
You see the times that he touches the ball. Are there a lot of other times where they're setting up stuff for him that defensive has actually done a good job of guarding it?
Yeah, they are. I mean, you know, and everybody that you watch points before the snap. Everybody's identifying where he's at. Where's 24? And you can see 11 guys pointing. All right, here he is. So everybody has the same fear that I have right now. You know, we can't let this guy, because I'm telling you, all he needs is about an inch and he's gone. So,
That's from Grant.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, this guy, I think they said, somebody told me yesterday with his time at 200 or whatever it was, because he wanted to finish fourth in the Olympics or 8th at that time. So I mean, he's big time fast.
Speaking of, you see every players like
And
that.
every place he ever went.
Just flat out speed like that, and you know, he's shifty too. He's not like he's a stiff kid, so he could.
Only 125.
I mean, they're rare. You know, they're rare. I mean, I'm sure I have, but I don't recall right now. I mean, that Miami team we used to play, you know, had some guy that could go.
He's not a track guy playing football, right?
No. He's a football player that can run really, really fast.